Welcome, you guys. I have a special guest here with me today, and this is all going to be beneficial to you around Facebook groups because likely you started your Facebook group with big plans, and then either you had crickets or maybe you haven't even started one yet because you watched someone else's flop, and then you decided, oh, it's not worth it for me. Either way, this live is for you. So, I want to just start with something that Rhonda, who you see here with me, she told me a while ago. It was actually in this group on another conversation we had, and I've never stopped thinking about it. She made more in 9 days than she used to make in an entire year at her job inside a Facebook group. No ads at that time. She did not have a massive audience. She started from zero, no complicated tech. And today she's here to tell you exactly what shifted. So please stick around because this is one that is going to change how you look at what you're already doing, and it will help you to answer any of those questions you may have. For those of you who don't know me and you're new here, welcome. I'm Amanda Kijek. I help established coaches get consistent clients. We do that organically using Facebook, no paid ads, no big following needed. And Rhonda is one of my clients, and honestly, one of my favorite success stories because she did the work and the results showed up for her. So Rhonda, I want to just say welcome. Thank you so much for being here. And if you want to just go ahead and introduce yourself, let everyone know uh, who it is that you help, and I'm going to hand over the floor to you.
Okay, super. Thank you so much for having me. So I lost 120 pounds back in 2019. It took me about a year. So it was July of 2020 that I hit my goal weight. And I was helping people for free with losing weight just based on the research that I had done and what was working for me. And I was a teacher at a school. That's actually where I made less than what I made in 9 days. And because I was not making a whole lot of money, obviously, in that job as a teacher, I was looking for some type of additional work. And so I talked to the school administrator, and I had been helping her lose weight. And she said, well, why don't you become a certified health coach? You could help people lose weight for a living. And so I looked into it. I found the Dr. Sears Wellness Institute, went through their certification process, and started my own business called Real Health Resolutions. And it took off so quickly that I ended up stepping down from my teaching job and doing this full time. So for the past 6 years, this has been my full-time job. Um, I don't know how much you want me to go into about how you changed my my
Yeah,
business completely.
yeah. So I actually want to start kind of at the back, right? Where people might be right now. So like if we can just start kind of painting a picture for everyone of where you started out, which you kind of have been, right? You were a teacher. That's really cool that you were already helping somebody in the school and that they suggested that and that you were like, oh my gosh, yeah, and you went from there. So I guess let's go from there and paint the picture of what where you are now, but if we can slow it down a little bit to the things that, yeah, made the biggest difference and you getting to where you are now. Because I think
Okay.
there's going to be a lot of people in this room who are listening and they're like, oh, okay, they've had those thoughts, they've wanted to do those things. Most of us here have some sort of experience, right? We have an offer, but if you could share that.
Okay, certainly. So the way I started my business was actually with doing sessions in person. I used my parents' church, and I would invite, and this was during COVID. So it was a really unique time. That was back in 2020. And it was when we had social distancing and everybody wore masks. And so people would come though, and we would just space out in the church. Everybody would wear their mask. We followed the protocol. But I would be teaching these sessions that I saw lives completely changed. People getting off of diabetes medication, people lowering their cholesterol, just changing their lives. From there, I would invite them to join me and as their certified health coach. And the way that it used to work is I would charge $99 for those sessions if they wanted to come. I had 4 sessions at the time, and they could pay for all 4 and get a discount, or it was $35 per session. And I used that as a way of just kind of starting to spread the word about what I had learned. And so I had a lot of people who ended up signing up with me to be their coach. But what I used to do back then was I would do one-on-one coaching. And I have 4 kids. One has graduated from UCF, 2 are at the University of Florida, and I have one who's going into 6th grade. So she's still at that school where I used to teach. It's a school that's called hybrid. It's where I homeschool her part-time, and I used to teach at the school part-time because everybody at the school goes to school 3 days a week and homeschools 2 days. So my life became very quickly very busy between trying to homeschool my kids and keep up with trying to teach and then having one-on-one clients. It grew so much faster than I expected. So I ended up deciding to create a Facebook group, Real Health Resolvers, and that became like a membership. But I was charging nothing for it. What I did was I took the price that I was charging for one-on-one clients and cut it into 75% off, basically. So I brought my rates way down because in my mind at the time, having a coaching group wasn't necessarily beneficial to them. I was thinking, well, they no longer have my one-on-one attention. So I did that model for like 2 years, maybe 3 years, where I was still doing initial consultations one-on-one. So I was spending an hour with each person before they joined my Real Health Resolvers group. And then they were joining for basically like nothing. I mean, it was like $27 a month. It was nothing. And so then I did one of your challenges, and this was in, I believe, like January of 2024 that I first did one of your challenges. And what you were teaching in there, I was like, this is what I need. I need to have another Facebook group. I had never thought of using a Facebook group as a funnel to get people into my paid membership. And so I quit doing the live in-person sessions. I quit doing the initial consultations one-on-one. You helped me increase my pricing, which I'll just say that by even just doing that before I even launched my Beyond Keto free Facebook group, which is what you helped me create, I made about $7,000 just from telling those people who had previously been my clients or were still currently my clients. I said, hey guys, April 1st, 2024, I'm increasing my pricing. So, and this was all your idea, which I loved. You helped me to establish that. We met on the phone and you helped me go through and create what my group was going to look like. You helped me create what my challenge was going to be. And what we did was we used those sessions, the 4 that I used to charge for. I then started offering in Beyond Keto, which is my free Facebook group, for free. And I used that as an opportunity to be able to, again, I'm helping people for free. They get huge value from my challenges. But from there, every time now that I've launched and done a challenge, which I think I'm on maybe my 12th, I can't remember now. I do them, I try to stick to 4 or 5 a year. But every time I get 20 to 20, 22, 23 new clients. And so they're moving from my free Beyond Keto Facebook group, which has grown really fast. We're at 4.7 thousand people now. I always say it that way because that's how Facebook shows it. I guess 4,700. But it's grown that quickly because the challenges bring in hundreds of people every time I do a challenge. So, and some of those people, truthfully, in the free Beyond Keto group, I just had somebody who tagged me in a post. She's done almost every one of my free challenges. She's never joined my paid membership, but she just posted and said that I have completely changed her life. And to me, it's so worth it. Like, even if people don't ever end up joining, they get so much value from my free group. If I can help change lives, that's what I'm in the business of doing, is helping people change their lives, lose the weight, get off of medications, improve their health. And so, obviously, my business has grown too. And you helped me, like I said, increase my pricing. I was afraid people weren't going to pay it to be part of a paid membership in a Facebook group, but I've been amazed, like I said, every time that I've launched and done one of my challenges, similar to how you provide so much value in your challenges. I've been able to bring in 20 or 22, 23 new people every time. So my paid membership, fortunately, people continue to renew as well, and then they refer people. So
Mhm.
I've got those referrals coming in, on top of just the people who end up joining my free Beyond Keto group. So did that make sense what what I
Yeah,
was explaining?
yeah, so let's just recap that. So you had a membership style group when you first started out, low ticket, right? And everything works. I don't want to be one of those coaches who says you only have to use high ticket or you shouldn't do this or shouldn't do that because everything really does work. But when we have disconnected a disconnect in the way people are funneling through, right? And our group really acts as that funnel. So now you start doing these free challenges in your free group. And now all of a sudden your business blows up, right? You're having 20 to 23 people joining you, plus you increased your prices.
Yeah.
What I want you to kind of touch on too is because you did say that you used to do one-on-one. So I think for people listening, it's also important to understand that when we take away one-on-one, this is like a conversation that I have with a lot of people. They think when we take away one-on-one, that means we need to decrease our prices. But really, there's that nice hybrid, and there's so much value that you can have a group coaching program and still charge a really nice price. And look, it's not about the price either, but it's about our well-being, right? If you're not healthy, if you don't have time to pour into yourself and your family, then you can't even show up for your clients to help them. And so let's talk about that for a minute, how you went from a one-on-one kind of referral base, now your group coaching, but you did increase your prices. If you want to talk about that group style, what that looks like for your clients.
Yeah, for us, it has actually brought so much value because now the members have a community. They've got something they feel they're a part of. And we have a messenger chat that they get to be part of. We have my membership portal through Go High Level, which just for anybody who's out there that does not know anything about technology, or I didn't even know what a funnel meant. Okay. This was not what my goal was to be an entrepreneur. Like, that's never been my goal. My goal was to help people lose weight because I finally found something that worked for me that I've now kept off for over 6 years. And so all of this stuff about like emails and sending text messages and funnels and sales pages, and I didn't have a clue what any of that even was. So if it wasn't for Amanda and Giovanna, who works with Amanda, I would have never been able to do this on my own. So you all helped me take what I used to be spending an hour per client with, working individually with them before they ever signed up to join my paid membership, now was all automated through the Go High Level system. So everything is in videos and they're getting the exact same information. It used to drive me crazy because I'd have like an initial consultation every single day, which that doesn't sound like a lot, but when you're a busy mom of four and you're trying to keep up with everything else in life, just that 1 hour a day was overwhelming to me. And especially because I was saying the same thing over and over and over to each person. And you helped me figure out I don't have to do that. I can automate that part of it. And by joining my group, now they have access to all of my live trainings because I go live still once a week in my paid group. I take those sessions and I move them into our membership portal, which they can actually even get through an app called Go Collab, which has made it super simple for my clients. But now they have this whole community of people. We have an ambassador in the group, for instance. Her husband was he's in the hospital right now. Just yesterday, she let us know in the community, and I'm telling you, 100 people responded that they're praying for her and her husband. Like, it's a group of people who we don't just lose weight together. We care about each other. We support each other. We share recipes. We share ideas, but we pray for one another. Like, it's so much more valuable than just me sitting one on one with my clients. I personally could never go back to that. I used to do the initial consultations and then I used to do 45-minute sessions with each of my clients every single week. And once I ended up with like 40 clients, it was overwhelming. I couldn't do it. And so now I go live once a week for an hour on Tuesday nights from 7 to 8, and I'm covering the same stuff that I would have covered with each person individually, but I'm doing it in a group setting. Once a month, we do an actual Zoom call where they join. Most of the time, they're just watching me on Facebook instead of joining the Zoom, but we've started now once a month where they join the Zoom call and we all just are there like one big family communicating. And so I would say the group has brought tremendous value beyond just having that one-on-one time with me. So, and they still have access to me. They can send me, direct messages. They can email me. They can text me. So they still have access to me, but I'm not meeting with them. My whole schedule is not filled with those one-on-one calls that I used to do.
Yeah, thank you for sharing that because I think that's a big thing for a lot of people, right? They think, oh, if I'm taking this out, I need to charge lower. Or I think even with a lot of coaches who are trying to get started online selling their offers and growing their group so they can go full time, or their programs, they don't really understand. And there's so much noise online. So community is definitely where it's at. I even find in the high level masterminds I'm in that when we get together as a group and talk, I'm learning so much more than I would have just one on one with my
Yeah,
coach. Yeah.
absolutely.
So can you share, I guess, what did you feel like was keeping you stuck? I guess you shared a little bit with the one-on-one element, but what do you think was keeping you stuck before you got to putting the funnel in place with your group, leveraging a challenge, and really the system that you have in place now?
I would say the biggest difference is that now there is something that's repeatable and that I know will bring in clients. So I don't have to worry about where my next client's coming from. Before I had the Beyond Keto Facebook group, it depended on, referrals, or it depended on, there was no set system in place to get new clients. And now that I have the Beyond Keto group, it's amazing, because I know when I do a challenge, and I'll be honest, it's the challenge is so much easier the way that you have it set up than I've seen so many other people trying to do challenges. But it's still a lot of work. You know that a challenge is a lot of work, but it's worth it because I know that I'm going to get clients from it. It's not like I'm wasting my time during, those 10 days that I'm running the challenge, wondering if I'm even going to get one client. I know going into it, this is going to provide my next batch of 20 or 23 people, somewhere in between there. So it's just the piece of knowing there is a sustainable way of continuing to grow my business.
Yeah, I can't. Can you imagine having that many clients join? How many calls, how many conversations you would have to do in a month to have 23 clients, right? Sign up. It's just, yeah, it's
Right.
yes, a launch, a challenge, right, is a lot of work. But once you have it created, like you said, rinse and repeat, because you really are using the same challenge as you started with. Is that
Yeah.
right? Like there's always little adjustments, but maybe you want to share a little bit about that too. And because I know now you do run ads. So when Rhonda first started out, she didn't, and now she runs some ads,
Mhm.
right? So if you could touch on both of those if you'd like.
Sure. Yeah. So I never even knew what a freebie was. Like I was not an entrepreneur at all. So you all helped me create my Beyond Keto ebook, which is what I give away for free. So I started doing Facebook ads and it's amazing. I mean, they have taken off. What it does was the ads talking about getting the free ebook, and when they put their information into Facebook, it leads them to a page that then is selling them into purchasing my challenge replays, actually, from the challenges that I do in the free Beyond Keto group. They can pay $47 and get access to the replays from those challenges. And from there, the most recent client I just got was one who purchased those $47 replays. So she missed the live challenge. She wasn't, my last live challenge ended at the end of April. She missed that. So she watched the replays after she purchased them and she ended up joining my paid membership. So it's just a nice funnel of, going from cold lead, which is coming straight from an ad. Sometimes people don't even remember, like, people are on Facebook all the time and get ads and will put their information in and then just forget that they ever even did it. So I'm just like someone that they don't know at all. But from there, I do also respond to those people on the ad and say, please click the learn more button above, enter your information for the ebook, but also please join my free Beyond Keto group. And I put the link to that. So every day I'm getting probably 5 new people into the Beyond Keto group from the ads. So again, they're cold when they come into the group. They still don't know me well, but then my group is now filled with value, like just like you have in your group. So I have in my featured posts videos that I've done on things like blood pressure and how to lower your blood pressure, cholesterol, insulin resistance, tons of different health issues. I've even had doctors who have come live with me in that group. And those sessions, I had an OBGYN who joined me and talked about hormones. And so now all of those pieces also can become new freebies because I can use those sessions that I've done in my free group and use that to get people interested in joining the group and interested in what I'm teaching about in the group. And then in the guides section, I've got like thousands of testimonials of people whose lives have completely changed either through my paid membership or even through my free Beyond Keto group. So it's really a win-win because it is a funnel into my paid membership. But like I said, even for those people who I know can't ever afford to join my paid membership, they're still getting value from my free group. And so that's my heart, is to help people, and knowing that I'm helping them regardless of whether or not they can ever pay, I'm thrilled to be able to help. So it's just the whole system and having that like a container of leads and being able to then you can message people easier once they're in your Facebook group. And when they join the Facebook group, if they haven't come from the ads, sometimes they come from referrals. I use my membership questions for the Facebook group to ask if they want my freebie, which is the free Beyond Keto ebook. So it's like a whole system that just works.
And content, right? Like this is important too, is a lot of people think, well, I'm going to run ads, it's just going to fill my group and sell into my offers. But now we need to actually still be doing content. Back in 2020, if you would have been running ads, you could have just ran ads probably straight to the offer. It may have sold. It was just everything was back easier back then for sales online. But now, even Russell Brunson, right, the king of funnels and ads, literally he's complained about ads costs going up. He knows as well the importance of community. And so the way you've set things up, following this, I'll say invisible funnel, right? It's just creating this customer journey process of touch points. That's really what it is. from content, even Facebook ads, content in conversation, group, more touch points on video content, other people raving, right? Those raving fans. That's where these sales and stuff come from. So um, you also touched on people who are watching and not buying. And this is a big one, I think, for a lot of people who are here and maybe they've tried a launch before, maybe they've had a Facebook group, but it was kind of crickets, and they may be feeling like, yeah, like, just freebie seekers, right? There's always going to be people in our audiences who are going to watch for a long time. They could be at every single thing that you do, but like Rhonda said, right? It's about serving, it's providing value, and those people really are your biggest fans. They will invite people, and those people could become your clients. So I like that you touched on that as well.
Yeah. And I'm surprised how many people I've had them go through, for instance, like 3 challenges and then they end up joining. You never know who will actually end up becoming one of your clients that will pay. And even if they're not paying for my full membership, they might be purchasing supplements from my Full Script dispensary. They might purchase my cookbook. They might purchase my I've got another $27 offer that's called Staying on Plan in a World of Temptations. And it's been interesting. I would love to do some analysis. I'm not big into analyzing data, but I can see that a lot of the people who do become clients have previously purchased one of my low ticket offers. So the whole idea of having a freebie leading to a low ticket offer leading to your membership, it does work because and it's funny because sometimes I don't even remember that when they join my paid membership, but I'll look back and I'll be like, oh, they purchased my Staying on Plan back, and it might have been a year ago. It might take them a year to warm up to the point of joining the membership, but a lot of them eventually do.
Yeah, and it could be that they've just been silently watching for that long. But that's usually what it is. And that's really what our group is for. That's really what your group is for, is to allow them to take that in. And I find that our best clients they've been kind of the silent lurkers. They've been in our world. When I go back and ask them, what did you come from? It was an ebook, or they were watching in emails, and then they just joined. And then I asked them and they're like, oh yeah, I've just been watching you
Yeah,
silent from the sidelines. So
right.
so let's kind of break this down, I guess, into 3 steps for everyone of like what's made the biggest difference for you, if you could do that. What's the first thing, I guess, that's made a huge difference for you?
Honestly, it's having the free group because I never had that before. So I didn't have a place to keep all my leads organized so that I knew, even today, I'll go in and just search, like someone will comment. I still post like on my personal profile, and I've got a paid ads business profile, and then I've got another. So I've got 3 Facebook accounts, and I pretty much post the same stuff in all 3 places. But someone will comment on one of those, and I just go in and look to see, like, are they already in my group or are they not? And that's my first goal with anybody, is get them in the group, because once they're in the group, then they continue, like you said, to be able to see my content and to be able, because if they're not in there, then they just get forgotten about or lost.
Yeah.
So having that as my container for leads has been tremendously helpful.
So first is your group. We want people in the group. That's where we're going to remember to have a conversation and create that customer journey process. What do you think the second thing is for you? The second biggest?
Second biggest thing that has helped in making my
Yeah.
business grow,
Yeah.
probably just I would say using some form of technology like Go High Level to be able to have emails sent out and text messages sent out. Before I had that, I never even sent an email to anybody. I never sent a text message. My email list has actually grown to over 11,000 people. So and a lot of that is through ads. But again, you can warm those ads up, those ads people that don't really know me, you warm them up through those emails and text messages. So having that system in place. And it's what also has been able to create the membership portal, which is where like I said, when I go live on in Facebook, I then take that session and I move it to my membership portal. So every single, it's what are there 52 weeks in a year? So there's 52 sessions being added every year to my membership portal, which is just more value. Now, that's specifically for my paying clients. And the information that I give in my paid membership is much more detailed and valuable than what I'm giving in my free. But like I said, even in my free group, people's lives are changing. So imagine what they're getting in the paid group.
Yeah.
So I would say having that system in place has been, second.
Yeah, automating it all. Yeah, and for
Yeah.
sure. And when they come through your group, that's where you're having the conversations. Unfortunately, with ads, if you have like thousands of people joining, it's almost impossible to have a personal conversation. But once you get things automated and once you get them in your group and then they're coming to your lives, you'll see them and then you can have that outreach process where you're really connecting with them personally. That's going to be what warms people up and takes them through much quicker to becoming a client. Can you think of a third, or I guess the challenge?
Yeah, having the challenges in the group has been phenomenal. Just the fact of increasing my price to a point that, I mean, these people's lives are completely changing. They're getting off of medications, which is costing them money. So just having your help and knowing the value that I'm providing and being able to increase the price to a point that, and I'm getting ready actually in August, I'm going to be increasing prices again, which
Yeah,
it always scared me to death because I think we always undervalue ourselves. We don't recognize how much we're providing and changing people's lives, and that you really can't put a price tag on your health. And so, just the fact of increasing the price has made a huge difference too, because it has allowed me the main reason, and I don't know if I ever finished my thought about this, but when I was working at the school, the reason I needed to make more money is my daughter, who's now graduated from UCF, was getting ready to go to school. She's my oldest, and we knew we were going to have four kids who were going to be attending college, and we needed to have additional income because on my husband's income alone, we would not have been able to. Now we've got two boys at college. We've been able to purchase a condo, and most of that was with the money that I've made. And we were able to buy it outright so that now we're able to not have to pay rent constantly. With our first daughter at the University of Central Florida, we spent so much in rent. So just having the freedom that has come with the blessings of more financial stability, it's taken stress off of our marriage, stress off of our family, just given us the freedom to be able to do things we wouldn't have been able to do if I didn't have this business that I have.
yeah, that makes me so happy to hear. I'm so happy. And you've really just been rinsing and repeating.
Absolutely.
So let's just kind of recap this and let it land for everyone. So you've gone from uh, kind of homeschooling teacher, starting from zero to a brand new group to where you are now, adding about 20 to 23 clients each time. And that's through your challenges, which you run 4 or 5 times a year, I believe you said.
Right.
But really leveraging your group and the system and automation. So let's leave off with your top three tips if you can.
Okay. So, first of all, I'd say just be open to change. That's one of the biggest things. It's change is hard and it feels scary, but you've got to be willing to step out there. If you don't do it, you're never going to know what could be. So I was scared when I was sitting in your challenge trying to decide, should I make this investment? And honestly, it was the best investment I've ever made. Because if I hadn't have done that, my business, I may have even shut the doors by now because I couldn't have kept up with it. This was what completely changed the trajectory of my business. So be open to change and be willing to talk and to listen and to take in ideas from other people because I mean, you went before me, Amanda, in creating your group and doing your challenges, and you were successful. And I think just watching you do that, I thought to myself, well, if she can do this, why can't I do this? So build on that. Use that as use it as a learning opportunity and be willing to change is my first suggestion. Another tip, I guess I would say, is just always keep service first. Don't, in my role, is it sometimes hard to think, I mean, I guess, you think about helping people and that has to come first. And that's just basically what I'm saying is your heart has to be, and I think most people who go into coaching, that is what our heart is. We want to help people, whether like you're helping people with their business, I'm helping people lose weight, other people are helping people with mental, maybe people are helping, there's different coaches for different things, but I think at the heart of it, it's all about service and serving your clients. So I would say that would be a tip. And then don't be scared of technology, I guess would be my third, is just and be open to accepting other people's help when it comes to those kind of things. Like I said, I didn't even know what a funnel was, and so I had to learn all of that, but I was open to having Amanda's help with that. So
I love those. I love those. And I'm a self-proclaimed non-techie. So, like when I first came online, I owned a salon and spa, right? I'm good with people. I'm like you. I just want to help people do the thing I'm good at. I did not know how to even press go live, right? To send people a Zoom link, did not know how to do that, but you learn, right? And so I love that last tip. Do not be scared. Is there anything else that you want to say to someone about where they're at right now? And then please let us know where they can find you and what's coming up for you. And then I'll let you jump off because I know that you have a life and you don't want to be here all day just with me.
I would just say if you're thinking of starting a business or if you have tried in the past and felt like it wasn't successful, don't give up on your dreams because if you have a passion to help people, you can find a way to make this work. And you absolutely, if anything, get on a call with Amanda and just talk with her. She is not a high pressure salesperson, just like I'm not either. um, Talk to her, let her help you because she completely changed the whole course of my business, and I'm forever grateful. So, as far as finding me, the name of my free group right now, we're actually getting ready to change it, believe it or not, but instead of Beyond Keto, a lot of people get trapped in that. I think they think of me as only being keto, and I'm not traditional keto. I'm a healthier version of keto. I tried traditional keto in the past and it didn't work for me. I lost weight, but gained it back while I was still following it. So mine is a real food, whole food approach to keto with a lot of healthy tweaks. So we're getting ready to change it. But currently it's called Beyond Keto. So you can find me on my Facebook group. You're welcome to send me a message personally if you have any questions. I'm Rhonda Brightwell Kremski on Facebook. So you can find me there. The name of my business is Real Health Resolutions. My next challenge is going to start August 3rd. So if anybody's interested in participating, it's called Lose 5 pounds and Beyond in 5 days. Most people lose, it's actually a 10-day challenge, but because we've got 5 bonus days. But people tend to lose between 5 to 10 pounds during that time. So if anybody is looking to lose weight or improve your health, I'd love to help you with that as well.
Thank you so much for coming today. You guys get in there and join Rhonda's group if you are looking for support in those ways. And thank you again, Rhonda. Thanks so much.
Absolutely. Thank you, Amanda. I can't thank you enough.
Oh,
All
thanks so
right.
much. Okay,
Take
you
care.
have an amazing rest of your day.
Thanks. You too. Bye.
You guys, I hope you got if you want to find Rhonda, if you're looking for her, you can tag me and you can ask in the comments of this live. Happy to send you her way. I might just add her information there as well. But Rhonda she's not our only client who has made more in 9 days than she used to make in an entire year at her job, right? She's not our only client who's adding in, and serving people in this way, leveraging her group. So when I hear things like, I hear groups are dead, I genuinely don't know what to say to that, because those that would not pay her bills. Like she said, it completely changed her business, right? And so what you're doing right now, things like posting in your group with no strategy, not having a system, having no path from your content, right? That's intentional to start a conversation to bring in a sale. That isn't the problem of your group, right? When people say groups are dead, that's not the group problem. This is a problem of not having being taught how to grow a group, how to, put this funnel in place that actually has conversations, warms leads, and keeps them in your world so that you can begin to stack, right? You can begin to stack and you can begin to compound. And we have figured that out. And so I'm going to be doing a private challenge myself. This is something that normally we host here in the group. I'm going to do it a little different this time because it's very last minute. I'm heading to Arizona on the 22nd. I'm going to run this next week. Okay, so I'm going to be doing a private challenge for coaches who want to learn this process and the system that Rhonda was just talking about. So put challenge, okay, hashtag challenge in the comments. I will reach out to you to get you added. The details of this is that it is going to be a free event. Yeah, I'm all about serving. It is going to just be 5 days and it will be private on Zoom. So it will be myself, Zoom, and the others who are a handful of others who are going to join. I am intentionally keeping it small so that I can support you each day with the actions that we're going to take. Okay, it's going to be implementation and to really get a result. So we start next week, Monday, I believe that's the 15th. So put hashtag challenge in the comments. I will reach out to you with the details and we'll have a quick chat just so that we can make sure that you have what you need to be prepared. Okay, so take care. I hope you got value from this and we'll see you on the challenge.